Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Syndrome and coming to you here today with my thoughts on this week's SmackDown. Now, we just came off a pretty disappointing Raw this Monday, so here's to hoping Little Brother SmackDown manages to do a little bit of a better job. Did it? Let's find out. Right, so starting off this week's SmackDown with Fandango versus Santino. Now, before the match, we get to see a little promo first. And, well, it was actually a good, solid promo. Except that I'm not entirely sure whether I was supposed to be entirely creeped out by the promo or whether I should have been laughing my ass off. It was really a rather conflicting promo by Fandango, but yeah, like I said, overall, despite being a little bit confusing and strange, it did work in what it was supposed to do, so yeah, good for me. As for the match, well, it's Santino, You can't expect too much, and the win over Santino doesn't really do all that much for Fandango, but we did get to see a couple of, new in-ring moves by Fandango and, get to see a little bit more of what the guy is capable of. So I'm all good with that. And a win, even if it's just against the jobber, does give him some more momentum. So overall, not a really bad segment, but nothing all too fantastic either. Well, next up we have a Champions versus Champions match with Wade Barrett, the Intercontinental Champion, going up against Kofi Kingston, the United States Champion. And now this match was actually a pretty good match. However, I can't help but be a little bit confused about why this match was even here. I mean, both Kofi Kingston as a new champion, despite only going to be a champion for a short amount of time probably, still really needs wins. And the same can be said for Barrett. He's, again, not really on that good a roll, so he could have really used wins. We got two guys going at it here that really need a win. Not the smartest booking move there. But like I said, the match we did get to see was actually pretty damn good. So can't really complain about that all too much. And the finish did leave Barrett looking pretty strong. So yeah, despite a loss for Barrett, not a too bad segment and a good match. So I'm okay with this. Alright, next up we have Jack Swagger going up against Alberto Del Rio. Now, what we get here was actually a very good match. I'm not a big fan of Alberto Del Rio, but I gotta admit, he's built up a little bit of chemistry with Jack Swagger. Despite their feud never really picking up that much steam, the chemistry is definitely there now. And it shows during this match. They had a couple of really good spots and some very nicely technically wrestled maneuvers in there. So overall, it was definitely the match of the evening. And it did further the feud between these two and our world heavyweight champion Dolph Ziggler. So yeah, I'm okay with this match. I'm a little bit disappointed that Dolph Ziggler was nowhere to be found during this match, or during the entire show for that matter. I mean, this is SmackDown after all, and the World Heavyweight Championship is supposed to be a SmackDown title, so not having our champion here was a little bit odd for me, but yeah, like I said, we got an excellent match out of this, so yeah, nothing to complain about, to be honest. Now, next up, we have a promo by The Shield. And a pretty damn good one, as usual, for The Shield. They do a very nice job of building up their match with The Undertaker and Team Hell No for next week's SmackDown. And that's a good thing because this match, despite being, a very big match, hasn't really gotten much build up to it yet. And hasn't really, been featured all that much. Whereas I would have expected for a match of this caliber, it would have been shown a lot more. Maybe a couple more promos, either by Team Hell No or hell, maybe even The Undertaker. So this promo was definitely needed to really build up that match for next week, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's bound to be just an absolutely great match. You get a lot of very talented and talented people in the ring, and quite a bit of star power alongside with them as well, with Kane and The Undertaker. So, should be great. As for this segment, yeah, they did what they needed to do, and a good promo overall. Alright, next up we have a mixed tag team battle of the Great Khali, Hornswoggle, and Natalia going up against Epico, Primo, and Rosa Mendes. Now, first of all, I'm not a big fan of these mixed tag team matches to begin with, and when it involves pretty basically 6 superstars that at this point nobody really cares about, yeah, it's a throwaway match and a pretty bad one at that. So, yeah, not much to say here. I don't see the point in the WWE putting on these matches every single episode. There's really no point to it. The jobber versus jobber matches, they don't do anything for anyone. I mean, it's not like the Great Khali and Hornswoggle got any kind of momentum out of this win, so why even bother putting it in there? I mean, they could have just as easily put a squash match in there with either two of these teams, and at the very least, further someone else's momentum. But no, instead we get a squash match between two job teams, and I don't think anybody's really all that interested in that. But yeah, so overall, very bad match, very bad segment. Moving on. Okay, and we're ending the show with Sheamus and Randy Orton going up against The Big Show and Mark Henry. Yeah, overall, considering who we got in the ring here, it was a decent enough match. Now, personally, I gotta be honest, I don't really care about any one of these guys except maybe just a little bit about Sheamus, but other than that, these 4 guys in the ring, it doesn't really interest me that much. And considering this is probably going to be 2 separate feuds going into Extreme Rules, Randy Orton going up against Big Show and Sheamus going up against Mark Henry, I'm just not too thrilled about seeing those 2 matches at the pay-per-view, but, well, it is what it is. We are having this match, and we're probably going to have those matches at Extreme Rules, so might as well deal with it. But like I said, overall, the match was decent enough. Of course, you have one team, Big Show and Mark Henry, which is a pretty slow team, but, with a good, nice amount of power moves, and they worked that pretty well. Everybody, both from the face team and heel team, got their nice little spots on. So, overall, can't complain too badly about this match, but it just didn't really interest me all that much. And again, not really too main event worthy. I would have much preferred if they had put Del Rio versus Swagger in the main event, but well, it is what it is, and that was the show this week. Alright, so what did I think about the show in general? Well, it wasn't a horrible show, but as far as me hoping it was going to be a lot better than this Monday's Raw, yeah, not so much. It was a very average show at best. We did get to see a couple of good matches. In particular, Del Rio versus Swagger was very good, as well as the champion versus champion match. That one was pretty good as well. But overall, as far as build up towards Extreme Rules or just any kind of feud development, we didn't really get to see much. So, yeah, overall, not that great a show, but yeah, it's still SmackDown, it's still the B show. You can always hope for better things, but it is what it is, and we gotta live with it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this Monday, the um, the Raw in England. It's gonna be great. It has a couple of really big matches already on the card that are gonna be really good. I assume. So yeah, at the very least, despite this week's shows not being all that great, I'm really looking forward to next week. And yeah, here's to hoping it's gonna be a hell of a lot better than this week. But I much assume so. I mean, as per usual, these matches in the UK they usually turn out really well, despite Raw not being live. It's not ideal, but it's gonna be good. Trust me, it's gonna be good. I bet I'll probably have to eat those words, but never mind all that. Anyways, until then, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you next time.